It's day 11 of the exposition, and we talked to Mr. Sandip Jacques, the commissioner, to find out the progress of the exposition so far.
When initially the government of Goa decided to pitch in for facilitating the exposition, the government of Goa appointed a high-level committee headed by the Honorable Chief Minister, and also an exposition secretariat again headed by the Honorable Chief Minister, having our Honorable Law Minister, Environment Minister Mr. Alexio Siqueira and Mr. Movin Godino as Deputy Chairman of the Exposition Committee. Thereafter, we decided to have various functional areas to ensure that we put the nitty-gritties of the functioning of the exposition in place. So along with the church authorities, we had Father Henry Falcao, who is the convener of the exposition, Father Lawrence, who is representing the Pilar Society, and Father Patricio, who is the rector of the Basilica. Being on the committee, we started working hand in hand to ensure that all the groundwork for the exposition is put in place at the appropriate time. We set up the exposition secretariat having around 9 functional areas such as security, the circulation, the traffic circulation, the civil works, the transport, the accreditation, and many other, including protocol and many other functional areas. And we appointed various functional area heads who would go into the nitty-gritties and the minute details of functioning of each functional area. And that's how we basically worked together and managed to bring it to this particular level. There were certain ideas initially what we thought of. We saw that as compared to the last exposition, we could definitely improve upon many areas and give the public, especially the aged, the sick, and the people with special abilities, to be facilitated so that they can get a wonderful experience when they come over for this exposition. Because of that, we decided that we should have services like buggies, your e-rickshaws, which can facilitate people right from the parking areas to the point of veneration or to go to the church for Mass, to the Basilica for Mass. And I think this experience of ours, or this experiment of ours, is giving good results, and we thought of trying it out, and I feel that people are definitely taking advantage of this particular facility given, and it's giving them a very good experience and a very smooth process going in for the veneration as well as going in for Mass.
Some of the challenges that you had to overcome from the last exposition that are changed this year. And in terms of design also, your overall design for the secretariat, has a very old Goan vintage look, and the overall area, with the pandal that you all have used for the entire walkway right up to the exposition arena is very neat, world class infrastructure and all that.
Yeah, our chief architect of PWD, Mr. Marvin Gomes, is the brain behind doing the setup or the planning stage of the entire exposition setup over here. It was his plan to give the exposition secretariat as well as the veneration queues the meaning and the setup in which it had to be done. We had this concept of a pilgrim village this time, based on normally what we used to have for the games, the Lusophonia games, the national games. Always we have this village concept, and that's how we thought of having a pilgrim village and giving a sort of a facility to pilgrims who come either walking or from other states, who could get facilities to stay for a couple of days, and basic facilities like drinking water, food, and of course accommodation for a few days.
And in terms of challenges that you all have overcome from the last exposition to this one?
Yeah, basically what we have seen is that the number of people who come in, there used to be a problem of facilitating them for the veneration. The people used to be in hordes one most important thing what has happened this time is about the cleanliness. We have put a lot of efforts and thrust on maintaining the entire area, the basilica, the Say Cathedral, the presence of both the church areas as well as the surrounding areas of Old Goa very clean, because this is an experience. Normally we say cleanliness is next to godliness, and we rightly feel that needs to be pursued, and that's what we've been striving for.
What are your thoughts now that you see your plan in motion, and are there some certain areas that you all are going to be improving, and are there any special plans for the coming days?
Yeah, basically the entire setup here, it is our support, guidance of our Honorable Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant, both our deputy chairpersons, Mr. Morgan Godino, Shri Alexio Siqueira, under whose guidance we have been working, and I think because of the tacit support from the government side, the entire machinery, all the government agencies are on board. At this stage, I would also say the Public Works Department, especially the Principal Chief Engineer Mr. Parsekar, has been a lot of help, and all of them have put their best foot forward. A special mention of our engineer Miss Wendy, who has been day in and day out working overnight to ensure that all the infrastructure is put in place. All the FA heads have worked relentlessly to ensure that the nitty-gritties of each functional area has been worked out. Wherever we have found difficulties, we try to meet up on a daily basis. Initially, for at least 6 to 7 days, we thought of doing a recce at each place and find out if we are failing in certain places, if there are certain lapses or certain lacunae, and we've been trying to brainstorm and try to overcome
And
those.
personally for you, after attending all the past expositions before, how does this feel, now being at the helm of all the affairs and overseeing all this?
In fact, I'm overwhelmed that our Honorable Chief Minister selected me to be the commissioner for this particular exposition, but I'm sure I'm blessed, especially from above, and through the intercession of our St. Francis Xavier Goan side, I'm sure the entire team of Goa and all the officers and the administration is going to be blessed with all the hard work they are putting in.
Do you have any particular memory of your past visit for the exposition?
Yeah, I was always brought in to this particular place by my parents. We have been brought up strictly as per the Roman Catholic faith, and I feel blessed to come here, and this time as an exposition commissioner.